Good morning, everyone. Happy Wednesday. It's the third day of me being live with all of you guys. I told you I just have so much to share this week. And I'm so excited to share this card because, of course, Mother's Day is coming up and it is such a special day. So, why not make a special over the top fabulous card? So it's Laura from Laura's Stamp Pad. And we are going to make this amazing card. The best part about it too is you can make it in any designer series paper or style or pattern or anything that you want. So I'm going to kind of show you the basics and like the measurements and stuff. And then you can really use whatever you want on it. As you can see, I have two totally different looks here. And the one that I'm going to show you guys is even different, even more different. Still flowers. Surprise, surprise. Um, as these do both have flowers. But yeah, so you guys have kind of seen this card before, but I haven't actually gone through all of the directions and everything like that. So I was asked a couple months ago by a friend to create a 90th birthday card. And like, I panicked. Like, when someone asks me to make a card, I feel like they're wanting something special and specific and like amazing. And then not only that, but a 90th birthday party, I was like, okay, so this has to be like even more over the top. And so I created a card. Of course, that card is long gone because I gave it to my friend who gave it to her friend for her 90th birthday, and I hope she absolutely loved it. But I loved this design so much that I have recreated it more times, as you can see here. And then again, we're going to go ahead and do that as well. So let me show it to you. This one I did in the Heart and Home. So the Heart and Home Designer Series paper, you can see you use one piece of designer paper for like the base. So you can actually see both the front and the back, which I love. And then I also used another piece in the pack, which is the one with the bees and stuff. And then I just stamped the flower, added more of those brass butterflies. And then I cut out one of those bees for the inside here. So you can see it's kind of like a book, but like you can also open it up like that. Isn't it amazing? And you can really like decorate each of the panels as little or as much as you want. You could write a message on every panel. You could just decorate all of the panels. And then I also did a back piece so that you could write your message on there. If you wanted to keep it all like decorative and fabulous on the front, then you can always write your message as like the inside of the card on that back panel. So, like I said, I used a lot of the Heart and Home. I used the Heart and Home doilies, the designer paper. I stamped the image there. I can't remember which stamp set that came from. I'm not 100% sure. This one came from the Celebrating You stamp set, which I think has made it back on my shelf. Maybe. Yes. Celebrating You with that Happy Mother's Day down there. Love, love, love this stamp set. You guys all need to get this stamp set because it's perfect. It has a little bit of everything with all of your greetings. So here I will show you the next one. This one was done with the petal pansy. This one I actually took the doily, flipped it over. So same doily, flipped it over. It's white on the backside, and I colored it with my blending brushes to make it pink. So like, I don't know how well you can see it, but like the back side is one of the Heart and Home, but I made it pink to match this project. Again, more of those brass butterflies. This one is similar to the one that I did for the 90th birthday because that was like a gardening theme. So this one does have some images from past paper pumpkin kits that I did with the gardening theme. And then I just fussy cut out some of the flowers from the Pansy Petal Designer Series paper. And again, this one I kind of filled in a little bit more to then just write my message on the back. And I haven't adhered the message. I actually decided not to adhere the paper so that I could write on it and not have it be so bumpy, because this is quite a thick, bumpy card. But I'm hand delivering these, so it'll be okay for Mother's Day. So here's this one. And then there it is all together. Okay, so let's get started. I'm actually using the hand-penned Designer Series paper. It is already sold out, as it is retiring here in a few days. I can't believe it's retiring in a few days. Ah, crazy. Okay, so what we want to do is we want to start with a piece of, I started with a 12 by 12 Designer Series paper. I'm going to make 2 of these because I can get 2 out of the 12 by 12. So I feel like it goes this way, although I'm not really sure that it has an up and a down. So we're going to start with our Designer Series paper measuring 5 inches. So 5 inches by 11.5 inches. So we're really just taking off that little bitty 1/2 inch, which we could always use. You know what? You could use it on that back panel as like a little decorative piece on the back panel of the card, and I just might do that. Okay, so now I definitely want to move the cutting blade out of the way, because like my biggest fear with scoring is that I'm going to cut, and it's probably because I've done it way too many times to count. Okay, so we're going to score at 1 3/4, 4 3/4, and 7 3/4. Let me pull out the arm. So again, the Designer Series paper is 5 by 11.5. I think this one, yeah, 5 by 11.5. And we're scoring at 1 3/4, 4 3/4, and 7 3/4. And then we also need 2 layering pieces. So I have my Blushing Bride and Pale Papaya. I have my Pale Papaya is the biggest base. This one measures 4 1/4 by 5.5. 4 1/4 by 5.5. Layer on a piece of Blushing Bride, which is 4 by 5 1/4. So that's just a 1/2 inch in. And then we take our designer paper and let's score on fold on all those score lines. I almost want to do one of these like backwards. How do I explain that? I want to do them opposite. One, I want the orange to show, and then the other one, I want the flowers to show. Now, of course, both are going to technically show in the end, but one will be the more prominent one. So, hey, Beth, what are you doing? Hi, Peggy. Welcome. Okay, wait, I want to go this way. So one I'm going to do with more polka dots. The other one I'm going to do with more Designer Series paper. Did I say more Designer Series paper? It's all Designer Series paper. Oh, that's so exciting. Is that tonight that you're singing at the Cardinals game? Okay, so you'll see one of them is more polka dots, one of them is more flowers. I thought that was like a field trip, and so you guys were going like all day. But that's even more exciting. Ooh, I love it. 12:15. Oh, okay. You know what? I knew that, and that just reminded me. Um, this morning I thought, wait, today is supposed to be a really beautiful day. Why are we not going to the zoo today? Because we're gonna try to go to the zoo before school lets out, and take Claire and Alex. Um, and then I was thinking, like, this was like 7:30, almost 8, and I was like, should we hurry up and just change our whole day and do that? And like, then the moment passed, we were off to breakfast, blah blah blah. And the day moved on. And I think that was one of the reasons why I didn't have today on the schedule, was because I knew that there was a Cardinals game, and we're usually going to the zoo at like 9. We usually get there whenever it opens. And then we're usually coming back home to where we're like leaving the zoo at like noon, 11:30 noon, and back home by 1, because we usually grab lunch on the way home. And I thought we would totally hit traffic. Yes, you do still need to make a reservation. So I'm adding tear and tape to the back of my designer series paper. You technically don't really need it, I don't think, but I like, whenever I have like a working mechanism on my card, I really like to use tear and tape. I also don't really think I need this much, but kind of like dimensionals, I use too much just to make sure it's nice and stuck down. The bad thing is it is super stuck down, so I have to be careful that I nail it the first time. Oh, geez, that is super cold, Peggy. We have a frost warning, but that's like because it's like 30 and not 20s. Oh, that's awful. Okay, so now we're just going to layer this on the card front. And I'll layer this one on. So one of them is more of the polka dots, one of them is more the flowers. So you can see I have those two here. And that's where our little like book look kind of comes from. I am super loving these colors. I was a little nervous that it was going to end up being too much of the pale papaya. This one might look a little too pale papaya-y. And I might have to switch out this for a pink, perhaps. Yes, I know the sun is amazing. 59 is a little chilly. Well, actually 59 isn't bad. It was whenever it was like 47 to 50 that I was like, ugh. Okay, so then I took the surprise color and contour dyes for that scallop. Technically, you could do this with anything. Layering circles or an oval or just anything that you can decorate on, you would die cut 3 of those shapes. So whatever that shape is, just die cut 3 of them. I used the color and contour scallop, and I did a white one. I did a solid cardstock one, and then I did another piece from the hand pen designer series paper, which is this one here. I'm actually going to use the green side though. You'll still see this side as you open it up, because like you can see it here. You can see it right there. I guess if I did this middle one, you wouldn't see it as much, but you can decide how you want to decorate it. And we're just going to put one of these on each of those pieces. So I don't know. Do I want the green on the front? I feel like I do for this one. So what I did to help with the spacing of my adhesive is I added a strip to the outer edge, just one outer edge of my image. And then I'm just going to place it here as a guide for how long I need my adhesive to go. And then I'm going to do the very edge of the lip here. That means I'm going to have adhesive on this piece on the outside and on the edge there without having to worry that I didn't go in deep enough or out or anything like that. So that's how that is going to go. I forgot though. It's always best to start with the inside one. So we're starting with the inside one. I'm going to go ahead and do the white on the inside. I actually think I'm going to do a color for a different color than pale papaya. I think I'm going to do the pink. So you actually want to start with the inside one and then just center it. And then whoop, looks like I need to go this way. Hold on, I have my die cutting machine on the floor. And this is why I love my mini, because my mini fits up on my desk oh so perfectly. And hold on a second. My desk is rather cleaned off, but it's just easier, I guess, to put it down there. When popping the die out, I usually use the pancake flipper of my Take Your Pick tool, slide it under, and then rotate it to pop the die out. That way I'm not messing with my fingers or my fingernails or like sliding my fingernail under there and then having that hurt, because that would. Okay, so now we're going to do that same technique where I put it on the outside of the scallop. And now I can use this scallop as my guide for how far to go on adhesive here. And then like I sometimes add just a little bit more because this one's going to go in quite deep. There's only a little bit hanging off. So I'm going to add a little bit more adhesive there. And then what we want to do is make sure our adhesive is on the inside. And I'm just going to line up the scallop. And then press. Oh, you know what I didn't do is I didn't peel the adhesive off or the tape off the paper. And this is where the Take Your Pick tool comes in handy. There we go. We're good. Okay, and then we're going to take it off early this time. And then again, I'm just going to line up those scallops and then press down. So see, oh, that's upside down. But again, it doesn't really matter. No one's really going to notice that. And I don't really know that there's that upside down or right side up. But, you know, I could also, nope, it would turn the card around. So yeah, now you can just decorate. Decorate as much as you want on the front, the middle, the inside. I will say, I'm not really sure what I want to do with this card. I will say you could always decorate prior, like any sort of stamping or something you might want to do prior to adhering it all down. But I really just wanted to make sure that you guys got like the gist of how to do the basics of it, and then know that you can decorate it as much or as little as you want. And again, you can always either add an additional scallop to the back, or you can add a full panel of white, which I don't have over there. And then I can always add that little strip of the leftover designer series paper, because then the only designer series paper I would have left from that 12 by 12 piece after making these 2 cards is this piece. But I could also fussy cut out some of these flowers and use them as a decoration, just like I did like with the pansy card or with the bumblebee. So there's a lot of great ways to be able to use up that entire piece of 12 by 12 designer paper. And then this one, I will stick with the orange. You know, and I might actually do the orange first and do it like that, and then decorate them all. So then let me bring back in the other 2. Fabulous over the top Mother's Day card. Don't forget, Mother's Day is like 2 weeks away. No, like a week and a half away. A week and a half. So, like 2. A week and a half away. So don't forget to get started on those projects. The cards, just know that moms love handmade stuff. So even if you sent her a handmade card or a card with a fabulous message on the inside, she's going to love it. And all she really wants is to spend time with you, I'm sure. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this. Hi, Julia. Welcome. I'm sure it's probably super cold up there in New York as well. So all of you girls up north sharing all your details about how cold it is. Brr. I'll take my 59 right now. And at least it's sunny today, so I'm super excited about that. So yeah, I hope you guys all enjoyed this. I will have more photos and information on my blog going up tomorrow at laurastamppad.com, so you can always check that out there. Don't forget, the new catalog comes out on May 3rd, and I am having my new catalog launch party on May 5th. That is at 7:30 p.m. CT. You can catch me live on Facebook as well as on YouTube. And I will be showing off samples, goodies, lots of new product, stamping right along with you guys, and so much more. So yeah, I'm super excited about that. I also am working on the May online card class. So stay tuned for that. It is going to be pushed a smidge later in the month because I'm using new catalog product. So I want you guys to be able to have time to get any of that product that you would like to get for the online card class. So since you can't even order until May 3rd, then I pushed the card class to be a little bit later in the month. So it is not until, I think it's May 20th, if I remember correctly. But yeah, I'm working on those projects this week. So stay tuned for more details on that. I hope you guys all have a wonderful day. Love, hugs, and prayers to all of you guys. Stay safe, stay healthy, and have a fabulous day. Bye.